I need the details of how you got raped by a girl. So
I'm
let's
not
just do
nor.
this then. Let's on record deny that you were because you was not.
There's not many discussions or conversations that I bring to you guys that I know beforehand are going to go completely off of the rails. But this one absolutely will. I've come back from vacation to this bullshit right here from the Kendra G live show, the dating live show that we've been reviewing over the past couple of weeks. And this conversation is about as despicable and disgusting of a conversation that I have seen on her platform. And I know that I've come from a perspective of kind of like calling out like different hypocritical statements that Kendra G has made as if she's different than members of her audience, right? Calling out modern woman behavior, but then also demonstrating modern woman behavior. We've also talked through the situation between her as well as Corey Holcomb, and kind of poke fun at that. But never has there been a situation as serious as this one, in it which a young man came up to advertise himself on this dating show. He begins to speak about assault that happened to him at the hands of another woman, and to have Kendra G completely and utterly disregard him. Strap yourselves in for this one. In a world where you demonize men for not speaking about what's going on with them, in a world where the self-deletion rate amongst men is 4 times higher than women, where we feel as though we will be ignored, if not laughed at, on the real situations that happen within our lives, we have this conversation right here. You demonize us for it, but then you shit on us when we speak about it. Nevertheless, let's get active.
Papa Dan?
Yeah. It's my company, my business. But yeah. Yeah.
Say
so
what,
I've been
sir?
on your show before. Yeah, I've been on your show before, like back in 2022 when you first got
3 years ago.
Yeah, a little minute ago. Yeah. So then I was back when I was in Florida. I live in St. Louis now, so
we've grown so much. We got the Kendra Cam. We got a dating app. So you want to do it again?
I'm here to try again. Different city, new people. You know what I mean? So let's go for it.
Let's go for it. What's your name, sir? You said Pop. So what am I going to call you?
You can call me Daniel, Papa Dan. That's
Daniel. No. Daniel, and you're in St. Louis now?
St. Louis now.
How old are you?
33, going on 34.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces, March 5th, baby.
Okay. You have any kids?
I have a son.
How old is your son?
Pay attention.
He's going to be 2. He's another Pisces, just like his daddy.
Why are you not with the mama?
He's March 10th.
Why are you not with the mama? You had a baby since you've been on my show, too.
Yeah. Another person trying to run the system, trying to take advantage,
She do?
Yeah, you can say that. We won't. We as a man, I can't really run with that narrative because nobody will really believe it. But yeah, I put it on the Bible that's what happened. But at the end of the day, I'm still an accountable adult. Still gotta do what I have to do in this world, because that is my prodigy. So nevertheless, how he got here, that's what we doing.
Now, the actual word that she said, I'm going to have to edit out, but it rhymes with grape. Now, he didn't introduce that into the conversation. She said it in sort of like a mocking, kind of joking way. And he said, well, it could be something like that. But men can't claim those things. Nevertheless, my prodigy is here and we're going to move forward. Also, I forgot to mention this, is that after backlash, she took this video down from her YouTube channel. But shout out to my brother in arms, Theo Coop. Guys, go check out his YouTube channel. He actually captured this, sent it over to me and said, yo, MTR, you got to take a look at this content. And here we are. I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description box. Tell him MTR sent you.
I need the details of how you got about a girl.
She is not a citizen of America. So naturally, if you've been in America illegally, you're going to try to do your best to try to stay. And in your mind and way of thinking, not even if you ask any of your homegirls that's international too, they'll tell you, ain't a good idea to just, go up, sleep with an American dude and just try to have a baby so you can try to stay in America, hoping he will marry you. That's what they be hoping they going to marry you. No, they ain't going to get God. Ain't going to get Papa Dan. No. Ain't going to get me.
Papa Dan. So I wanted to explain your side.
What's up?
But all that being said, you still have to willingly have, this is why I said, because that's the only way a woman could trap you. Right. But if you willingly had sex with her, then you participated. So did you willingly have sex with her?
I mean, she got me. I used to make wine back then, so like I said, on the level of accountability,
she Bill Cosby you? She gave you a pill?
For me, I can say on the level of accountability, you know, when a woman wraps their legs around you in the process of you being on top and you trying to relinquish yourself from the situation, and she's saying, no, dude, you ain't going nowhere. You gonna have my baby. And in that moment, as a dude, you're like, all right, well, shit, we gonna do plan B like we normally do. And then she looked at me like, no, we ain't doing that neither. So, you know, I was like,
okay, so again, so she's letting you know all this in the act, and you still went through with it. So how was this?
You know what? You know, women's rights, her body, her choice.
Exactly. So here's the deal: her body, her choice. But you can decide not to put your body inside her body. That
very well choice. So, and that's the level of accountability that I have in the situation. I used to be a winemaker. She got me drunk off my own supply. I don't ever drink my own supply. 13% alcohol content. She said, "Ooh, Daniel, come and drink this wine with me in the room. I'm gonna bring a glass."
Look at her face.
I ain't trying to, you know, but my dumb self did what it did, and that's just the level of accountability I have for it. So here we are today, you know, trying to hope and pray we can find a wholesome woman that could treat your boy right. Somebody with some knowledge on her side that has been through the trenches and know how tough it is in this dating pool that got all the piss in it, you know?
This still image right here is worth 1,000 words, both from both actors within this situation. I'll get to the gentleman here in a quick second. A man just described his position or his perception of the situation where he believes that he was set up. She was a foreigner. She wants to not be a foreigner, wants to have baby in order to get ring to move out of foreign country. She incentivized him by enabling a situation to get him drunk. He goes deep inside, raw daddy. At the point of climax, she wraps her legs around him and squeezes tight as he explodes, with the idea that plan B was an option, but he kept. Now, if the brother within all of this didn't say that, no, I am not accountable for anything within this situation, I would absolutely have an issue with this. But let's just take for a second that the situation was flipped. Let's say that it was a guy that enabled a situation for a woman to get drunk within his presence, went deep inside, raw daddy. She said, no, get off me at the point of climax. And he finished deep inside. And let's say that the woman didn't have an option for plan B or didn't have the option for the A word. If a woman told you that story, would you still be sitting over there looking like she is not shit the same way that you are looking at him like he's not shit? The answer is unequivocally no. Because in your mind, you believe that a man cannot be forced to do something that he does not want to do. If at the point of finishing, she locks her legs and you cannot get out, then yes, that is assault. Now, can he be held accountable for even putting himself in a situation for drinking? Absolutely. Could he be held accountable for going raw daddy in this woman? Absolutely. But he's taking accountability for that. But back onto the side of the young man, his issue is that his demeanor while talking about this whole story is laughy-jokey. Gentlemen, I tell you guys so much and so often that serious times or serious situations, laughy-jokey may not be the demeanor that is necessary to get your point across. And I have a feeling that his nice guyness attitude that we see right here is correlated to him inevitably being taken advantage of from the other woman. If it was a woman who told that exact same story and you did the same thing, that would be referred to as victim blaming. So is this victim blaming? Or are you so concerned with looking down in your comment section of irrational and hurt women that you feel as though you have to side with whatever bullshit they're throwing at you? The feminism that is deeply soaked within to your veins, which has led to a lifetime of singleness, is showing. Your bias is leaking.
We're all a work in progress out here, you know?
That's the story you really want to tell? So that's the story you really going with?
I'm going to say you put the words in my mouth when you initially said.
No, you were supposed to. Hold on. I was being.
What's that?
I said that. No, hold on real quick. I said that because you said a woman trapped you. So sarcastically, I said, oh, she you. Right. And then you said yes.
You know what? A man can never be a damsel in distress. Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be masculine. We're not supposed to have feelings.
She don't
but in
get
the whole
it.
light of the situation, when we had the pre-conversation about kids, I didn't want to have kids at that time.
So here's the deal. Okay, if you don't want to have kids at times, then your responsibility is A, you don't have sex with her because you don't want to have kids. B, you wear a condom to protect yourself from having kids. And then we can have the grown folks. There is a grown folks pull out game. So my thing is, regardless of what she said, you are still a man that has to take accountability for participating in the activity.
I've already said, he's
been doing that.
Video love. I've already taken accountability. For
how many times he has to tell you?
So let's just do this then. Let's on record deny that you were because you was not.
In any, I'll just say in any woman's eyes, no. But if I was to talk to a group of men and tell them what happened, it didn't happen to several dudes. We just don't talk about it. These are like stories we don't tell.
How many damn times does he has to tell you? He's not coming from a perspective that he doesn't love his son. He doesn't take care of his son. He doesn't spend time with his son. He doesn't financially provide for his son. He's saying that it's his little prodigy, or that he's not taking accountability for the missteps within the situation. But your want to win this argument of the labeling of someone who probably watches you makes you block out all logic and rationale and intelligent thinking as he's speaking to you. The man at this point is trying to move along from the conversation to go up there what he thought he was doing there. But now you are holding his feet to the fire or holding him down within a conversation that you weren't involved in. You don't know the truth. So to say what he was or what he wasn't is absolutely ridiculous.
But at the end of the day, my perception is my perception of what really happened. Only I and the person that had the child that up and decided to be a single mother, because a lot of times,
look at her face.
You don't understand. There are women striving out here to be single mothers. They do not want men in the picture.
Dan, listen, hold on real quick. I'm not disagreeing with her intentions, right? Maybe her intentions were to get pregnant by you, to stay in America. There's no disagreement there.
Right.
The intentions of what you're describing could very well be true. The disagreement is you claiming to have been.
Okay.
Like, that's the disagreement.
Discrepancy wise, so I can give you so we can move on. I got drunk off my own supply of wine that I made, that I squished with my hands. You serve me wine, you force it down my throat, I get drunk. Now, every woman's story is if they get drunk and they get instantly, the man is guilty, he goes to jail, lock away the key in the chamber of secrets. But like I said, in America, realistically, that will never be the man's narrative.
Nope.
And that's why hold on. Let me finish. That's why
I'm
not
going to
let
you finish because I'm going to let you finish.
Of course she's not.
Sure.
You are telling the wrong story. When those women are using the example of they have passed out, right? So these are women that if they were drugs, they will say that they were not even coherent.
No, that's not it. It could be it. But these women will wake up, go to a gender studies class, and now claim that that situation that happened before, because they had been intoxicated, they are now a assault victim. This is happening on college campuses each and every day, which is why I tell the young G's that look at the content on this channel, don't even go out and drink with her. Don't even do it, because if you do, you are thereby heavily increasing the chances that it might bite your ass in the morning when she regrets her decision. You asserting that means that you have absolutely no idea. You continue to demonstrate lack of empathy and or understanding for men. And again, women who do not understand men are the women that end up single and lonely the entirety of their life. Let's proceed.
In the act of sex, they cannot.
I'm telling you that I wasn't coherent.
No, you are coherent because you told me exactly what happened. You told me she was on top of you. You told me that.
I told you I was on top of her. She put her legs around me.
Either way, you are telling me exactly what happened in the sexual activity. So you were not. You were conscious. So you can't use that as an example. A conscious, only thing you can say is if you don't remember nothing.
This is crazy.
And then that will still be hard because then it'll be like, how did you have an erection? But long story short, you cannot compare yourself to women who have been drugged because these women don't remember anything. You can recite
quote unquote, Kendra don't remember anything. Anybody can wake up from consciousness during the act of something and completely fall back asleep. And when you go to court, like I said, it's her word against mine.
And when you go to court, unless you have fantastic financial backing to get the best attorneys at your side, you're up shit's creek with no goddamn paddle. I've had friends in my life in this exact same shit. They were football stars. Now, am I saying 100% of men that go through this are innocent? No, I am not saying that. But am I also saying that there are women out there that have been proven liars time and time again when all evidence has been compiled together? Yes, that absolutely happens. But instead, we live in a hashtag believe all women society, not believe all men. And this conversation proves it. Let's finish up.
Like I said, Kendra, at the end of the day, I'm not here to stir no pot. I'm not on here to stir the Yah Sisterhood, Traveling Pants Club. We ain't here to do none of that. We just here to see if there's any honest women out here that can understand their brother's situation, because a lot of other brothers have been through the same thing I have. And I could be a bitter baby daddy, and I could be bashing her all over the world like most men would, but I don't have time to do that. I'm a progressive male. I done moved on with my life. She didn't got a whole nother man and is doing what she doing, so for me, we can all we can do is be adults about any situation and move past it. If we can't work what we got out, move past it.
Babe, we're gonna move forward with the interview, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Only a goofy woman is gonna reach out to you. So when you were talking about, you gotta understand that type of woman is gonna hit you up. Any woman with any sense is gonna look at what you're saying about your ex and the child's mother and try to consider that as rape, as like, what the hell are you talking about?
So not only are you going to tell him what his situation means to him without you even being there, but then also you're going to say only a goofy woman would hit him up. No wonder she took this video down. This is such an L take. I can't even fathom the degree of L that this is. This is so crazy. Shout out to Dan, though. And listen, I consider myself a stoic dude, but that would have been the part of the conversation where you would have seen a good old MTR crash out. But his level of patience gives insight into his demeanor and being able to handle a situation that he claims is as happening to him. And then to be able to sit back and watch someone demean and demoralize the things that he is saying just based off of her feminist ass bias. Like I said, this is a good dude right here. Couple more seconds.
Right. And this is why certain words we just don't say. So jokingly, it was a joke to you. Wasn't a joke to me. I never nor laughed once about the issue. But nevertheless, you wanted to know more information about it. I have nothing to hide in this world. That's between me and God at the end of the day.
Well, I want to say this again. Again, how I got there was because you said you were taken advantage of. So that's why I said that. And then we went down this whole rabbit hole. I would have never said that if you didn't claim to have been taken advantage of.
I honestly don't feel like it's neither here nor relevant to my decision making, how I conduct myself now. That was then, this is now, this is present day. I mean, I don't know.
He's trying to move.
I don't know what more you could really want from me in that particular situation. Whether I get a goofy woman or not, I think everybody is goofy until proven not goofy. So
okay, fair enough.
I know earlier I said that you would have seen a good old MTR crash out, but watching the way that he ended off and handled that situation demonstrates why so many stoic men need to be examples on the internet of how to handle situations like this. From a situation that most men would have crashed out on, he was able to hold himself well enough within a conversation to finish the conversation while continuing to represent himself as a good man, a decent human, and obviously a great father. She'll talk all day about women ignoring moral men and that being one of the downfalls of many modern women today. But you have what appears to me to be a moral man talking to you about a very real and critical subject, and you ignore him.
So I say all that to say, if you really want to be a wife, character is all that matters. Not money, not height. Is this man going to be there for you on your dying bed? If you couldn't walk tomorrow, would he wipe your behind? Those are the only components, and that's how women will run the game again. Because we put out there, you got to be attractive, because you got to have money. Those men are acting up, and they acting like a damn fool because they know they got so many women that want them.
Again, could he have done things better? Absolutely. I tell you guys all day, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Shit, if you going out abroad and meeting these passport chicks in other countries, you got to triple and quadruple cellophane wrap that motherfucker You understand me? If he was to take zero accountability for that, I would have had a lot more to say about him, but he took accountability for that. But at the point that he says that she wrapped her legs around right at the end of the moment, that's when it tipped into assault. At the end of all of that, to say that the only type of woman that would hit him up would be a goofy is so crazy. This is such a crazy end. But listen to me. My final message is for the MTRs. When you meet a man and you don't feel as though you can emotionally connect to that man because that man doesn't feel comfortable in sharing his emotions, this conversation and many conversations just like them, and they don't even have to be from a situation as critical as what this one is, but this is a perfect example as to when we finally talk about something and then we get met with use a weak bitch, or why didn't you just handle that, or but it's still your fault anyway. This is why so many men today are struggling, because we feel the burden of the world. We feel the weight of Atlas on our shoulders with no one to talk to, with no one to turn to. And to all my G's out there that have had similar situations, please write them down in the comment box down below so we can have that conversation. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Last but not least, my men's self-development community. Shout out to everybody that is joining, my guys, my scholars, constantly exceeding expectations. The self-development community is my greatest work to date. All right, guys, join the Brotherhood, especially if you have a focus on financial fitness and wellness going into the future. We're going to be teaching the money tactics and tips up there in order to put you on a path towards greatness as well as wealth accumulation going into the future. So click that link down below, beam up, and I will see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value man.